Don't Steal Our Sun. The Thrills. On XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant. Over there, Karl Pilkington. The man who believes anything. I think it might be a condition due to his little round head.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like, it might be a new condition that we can call cranial spherity. And because it presses on his lobes, and the only sort of upshot of that is, he's normal everywhere, but he believes everything he reads or sees on Anna Nova. Alright?
Talking of which, Rick, I don't really follow the news.
No.
It's mainly boring, isn't it? Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, it is a war. It's just, it's all this nonsense before and after. When it's a war, it's, you know, it's in the middle of the war, you can watch it on telly.
True.
You get results, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a test match or something. But it's all this rubbish before and after. It drags on.
This recent war seemed, I thought, just generally, it was better presented than the previous one. Because I remember the first Gulf War, it was often during the night, and I couldn't stay up.
Yeah, because I think the American had rights to it, like the Tyson fight, so we had to get it at 2 in the morning.
Exactly.
Which is annoying. They had, you know, their prime time in that.
Yeah,
and a lot of it was in black and white, when the bombs went in.
When the bombs went in.
So,
this time there seemed to be a lot more colourful stuff.
Yeah, it's much better coverage. I think there should win awards.
Yeah, well, I'd like
for
to see
it.
awards,
So, like Channel 4 won for cricket.
Yeah, I mean, a few times as well, I was quite pleased to see they actually had footage of the bombs exploding.
Yeah. No, good. Well done.
Generally, you know.
Good on you. Well done. Good on you.
Yeah, I don't know
It costs a lot though, doesn't it?
It isn't a costly
War's
thing.
a lot more. When you got something like, you know, a Jimmy Carr game show, which probably costs about £100.
Yeah.
Like, half an hour war costs millions,
It's almost
man.
as expensive as like Terminator 3 or something.
Yeah. But I mean, you know.
But then, you know.
You got a variety.
Exactly.
Sorry, Steve, you're talking, mate.
Well, no, I just wanted to make sure you were aware that the World Elephant Polo Championships have taken place.
I did get it. I think they mentioned it on, we won, didn't we?
England won.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, where have they been practicing?
I don't know.
Do you remember ever at school anyone ever saying to you, are you interested in playing, polo with elephants?
Do you reckon it was 5 blokes in pith helmets kept sneaking into a whipsnade?
Possibly.
What are you doing, lads? We're practicing. Get down.
Yeah.
Get off them elephants.
Yeah. I didn't even know we had a team. I can't believe it. No, but it's like Johnny Wilkinson and the rugby lads, they're gonna get MBEs, all sorts. The elephant boys, the elephant polo boys, nothing.
They're gonna get nothing.
I haven't seen the
But,
sun
you know,
talking like
to
them.
be fair, it's not like horse polo where I don't think there's a stick long enough. I think the elephants kick it, don't they?
I think you might be right. I think they're not allowed to use their tusks.
They burst it, weren't they?
I think that's...
They go, oh!
Start again.
Raheem!
Yeah.
What do you mean the elephants kick it?
Alright, I've opened a can of worms here. You know, normal polo on a horse, they have like,
yes,
mallets.
Yeah, they whack them, right? But I think it's, obviously they're too high up. I think, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they just train the elephant to kick it.
So why are people talking about? Why not just let them have a kick about without...
Imagine that! And why does horse racing have to have a jockey? Well, they just let the horses go, oh, yeah, okay, lads, no cheating, on your marks, get set, go. You know, get back here. Get back here. Brilliant. Why do you think? I'll tell you what. Now, I'm gonna be like a teacher now. Why do you think?
You sort of get mixed up which hand they sort of go in. Which hand they've got to get the ball in.
Sort of. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you sort of steer an elephant, as it were? How do you ride an elephant? It seems quite a complicated procedure. I don't imagine they're quite as versatile as a horse.
No, you can't sort of like pull it and its head goes,
no.
can you?
I mean, I don't really know how you... I mean, you have to have a huge playing surface, wouldn't you? I mean, these are big creatures.
Yeah. They use Kent.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. They drop 2 big, huge jumpers.
yeah.
Either side. One in, south of Kent, one in north Kent.
Exactly.
And it takes days.
And is there like 11 on each team?
Yeah, and one on the subs bench.
Exactly.
And it keeps breaking. The bench is broken.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He's living because he's never getting chosen.
He's never getting chosen, yeah. When he doesn't turn up to training.
Of course, and he's never going to forget.
He's down the lake.
Exactly.
Down at the lake, when they should be training, eating too many buns.
Exactly.
Like Gascoigne. Right, Carl, come on then.
Oh, hang on, I just must tell you as well about Lord Admiral Nelson's erotic letters.
Go on.
They've been sold at last. For £117,000.
Sunday Mail?
I don't know who bought them.
Who opened them that shouldn't have?
They got sent to someone else.
To you.
They were meant for Lady Hamilton. What are you doing opening them?
Go on, what's he say? What's he get up to?
It's interesting because they've printed a couple of the things he's wrote.
Dear Lady Hamilton, a bit of a problem. Just the one hand. You might have to help me out on a couple of manoeuvres.
Yeah, and the one eye, so I'm not appreciating the 3D.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care where you put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go on.
You have to help me guide it in.
You might as well
I can't
stand
tell.
across the other side of the room for all the good it do me.
Exactly.
Go on then.
Of course he ended up kissing Hardy, didn't he? Did he kiss Hardy, or did he ask him and he never did?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about this, because I heard that he didn't, and it said kiss me, which means fact, and then I heard that he did say kiss me,
Hardy.
Hardy. Like, you know, because it was such suspense. I don't know. Is it kismet, or is it kiss me?
Kiss me Hardy. I think his final actual dying breath was no tongues.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And someone went, kiss you what?
Exactly, yeah. Maybe that was his nickname.
My name's Smith.
Yeah.
You want me to kiss?
Exactly.
Kiss me hardy. I wouldn't have thought so. I'll kiss your lips and you'll be happy with it.
But,
I'll touch you, Hardy. But I'm not kissing it. Go on.
Couple of quotes from there. This is him writing to, Lady Hamilton, who he was having an affair with. I can neither eat or sleep for thinking of you, my dearest love. I never touch even pudding. But I think we've all written a letter like that to a lady.
That's a euphemism. That's like, I think that's, I haven't eaten, and by the way, I haven't even knocked one out.
Yeah, exactly.
You are gonna get a sackful. Alright, Carl? You're the producer, is this alright? It's all euphemisms, I've not said anything wrong. Go on.
Oh, come on, it happened in the 19th century. We
Yeah.
can talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
This is more topical than monkey news. Anyway, listen, sorry, we better get back to the competition. I'm worried that we've lost sight of that competition, because I'm not gonna lie to you, we've had no entries whatsoever so far.
I can't believe that, because I actually got up most of those. That's actually a more accessible one. I think I know all the artists, and I'm stuck on, Girlfriend, but I think I might know who that is.
Let's hear it again.
I'm surprised. And I think that's a pretty accessible one,
An
eh?
accessible quiz?
Yeah, so no one's, is the email up, or no one's listening?
No, well, I think there's a little bit of that. But, I think we've accidentally closed down the texting.
Oh.
So if you're texting in,
This
don't
is
bother with that.
rubbish. It really is awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just play it again, hang on a minute.
I'll tell you what it was, we didn't give out the prizes. We didn't say what the prizes were going to be. That's the reason.
Yeah, I think the emails are gonna go mental
When they find out it's the first series of Open All Hours on VHS, they'll be flooding in. Let's see what
And
we've
the
got
Bridget
here.
Nielsen video.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
No, actually, it's not too bad.
Go on.
The best air guitar albums in the,
Yeah,
in the
that's
world.
still going. That's
Volumes
that's
1 and
evergreen. That'll keep running and running.
Some kind of anniversary box set of a Doctor Who episode with a small
New
model
one
car.
wants that, baby.
I'm Alan Partridge Series 2, that's worth having, obviously, and Porridge Series 3.
Okay,
If
good.
you've not watched all of them on UK Gold, then put them on DVD.
There's something wrong with you.
Alright,
So yeah, let's hear it again.
alright. Just name the artist, that's all we want, just the artist.
Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk.
Play record.
Right, Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, this is absolutely fantastic.
His version of Wonderwall, if you've not heard it
Beautiful.
yet, you'll be loving it.
You'll be loving this. Carl, what doesn't annoy you? That's the question, really.
No, I'm not gonna sit here and, different things annoy me. But I don't just go about getting annoyed.
Seems
Stuff
like it.
happens, no. Stuff happens.
What's
and
annoyed you this week?
I mean, I tend to get annoyed when people around me get annoyed. I'm never the one who's going in somewhere getting annoyed. I'm quite happy-go-lucky, me.
You're having a laugh.
I'm not.
That's rubbish.
There
There's nothing about... No one would ever say that.
No one...
How would you describe Karl Pilkington?
Oh, he's happy-go-lucky. Whenever I see him, he's skipping along, whistling a tune.
I whistle a lot, I've told you. I'm
Yeah,
always
only to
whistling.
annoy people when you're playing Scrabble.
No, I just... At the end of the day, I think the problem is, most of the day, I'm on my own.
Right.
Right? I'm doing DIY at home. I'm quite happy. No one's there annoying me. I
Right.
go for my lunch later than everyone else, so I don't have to see people.
He's like Quasimodo. Isn't he? It's like
Why?
coming down when everyone else is not there.
No one's around.
SUSANNE!
No, but then that's the problem. Suzanne then comes home. She's been sort of with people, so she comes in with loads of energy, and I'm going, just slow down. Stop going on. Then she's breaking stuff, and that's probably the last thing.
She's breaking.
She's heavy-handed with all the stuff I've been fixing. She broke the shutters. What else did she break?
Well, you could have done a good job.
I did do a good job.
Shutters? Where do you live, in the Old West?
What do you mean the shutters?
Some shutters on a window. She every handed with them.
I don't want them to see me. What a mum.
So what else has she broke?
She's always breaking stuff. The light switch outside. Heavy-handed. Don't. She forces things. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how hard you hit it or how hard you pull it. Just tell me if it doesn't work and I'll sort it. That's what I do these days. I'm like a caretaker to Suzanne's house. I'm wandering around and replacing stuff that she's fucked up.
So she annoys you. She comes home. You've had a lovely day of peace on your own.
So the only person that likes you and talks to you annoys you.
And when you're at home doing your DIY, I want to picture that scene.
Well, okay, right. We've never done this before, right? But let's do a typical day. We've known each other now. How long have we known Carl? Nearly 10 years.
Feels like a long time,
right?
yeah.
So, let's do a typical day in the life of Karl Pilkington.
So, for my first question is, what time does Suzanne have to wake up? Does that annoy you? Does she have to get up earlier than you?
Because she's got a proper job.
The alarm goes off.
What time?
About 7.
That seems early.
Yeah, but I'm used to it now.
Okay.
At the
Now, you
moment,
spring out of bed, make her a cup of tea, do you?
no.
Right.
Let her get up, mess about.
By mess about, you mean get ready for work?
Yeah.
Right.
She's not being quiet, so I'm awake now. Right.
What do you mean she's not being quiet?
Well, she's just banging about, like I say, heavy-handed. I don't know how she does it. It's just doors and stuff. Everything seems like the Hulk's in the house. Bounding about. Just don't be heavy-handed with it. When even like pulling the curtains shut and stuff, because it's not her who has to fix it. Do you know what I mean? When she's yanking at them and pulling them open, it's like just pull them like that. I've put them on a nice rail. Just pull them slowly like that.
Right.
It's things like that.
This sounds like these jobs aren't done correctly.
That's what
They
I'm
are
thinking.
done proper.
No, because if you get if you get a bad pair of jeans and someone says, oh, you've ripped it, a good pair of jeans, they won't rip, boy.
No, just look after it. It doesn't matter if you've got good jeans or poor jeans. Treat them the same. Look after your stuff. I've always been like that.
I know,
I've
yeah.
told you, from a young age, I didn't like people sitting on my bed after I'd made it. It was like, I've gone to the trouble, I've made it, there's no creases in it, don't sit on it. There's a chair there, use the chair.
Sure. Okay. That's mental, but yeah.
It's not mental.
It's the behaviour of a
It's not
psychopath.
mental.
Yeah.
So Suzanne's
she's
thrashing
got-
about the place.
So the doors, I mean, what's up with the doors? Do they squeak, or is the
No.
catch been done wrongly on
No.
them, or
No,
is it the
hasn't.
wrong
No.
wood or something?
No, just heavy-handed.
No. Right, okay.
So then, she has a shower. If I have a shower, I like to go second, because I've got the Mr. Muscle spray that she doesn't do properly.
Right.
do you breakfast together?
Just sit on the bed, have some...
Oh, aren't even made the bed yet?
yeah, it's made.
Well, don't sit on the bed if it's made.
No,
mad,
I've
sit on
calmed
the
down.
chair.
I've calmed down. That's what I've said to her. As I'm getting older,
Yeah.
I'm easing a bit.
Yeah, you're like Doris Day.
So sit on the bed, look
Why
out
are you
the
having
window.
breakfast not sat on the bed? That
Yeah,
makes sense to
that
me.
makes sense,
Either
yeah.
have breakfast in bed,
Just 'cause
classic,
the
or have it
radio-
at the kitchen
The
table.
radio's in there, and it's just kind of.
So you get up, make breakfast, and go back and sit on the bed because the radio's
What's
in there.
going on with the crumbs, Rick?
I don't know what the crumbs are doing,
The
but I don't
crumbs
know why
all
I've got two
Crumbs.
radios.
Hang on, you don't know what I'm having. I'm having cornflakes. No crumbs with cornflakes.
No, but
So you're having, two of you are sat there. Are you sat on opposite sides of the bed looking at each other, or are you both sat on the sides
No,
of the bed
sat-
looking at the wall, listening to the radio, eating a bowl of cornflakes?
Yeah,
well, you could sort of cross-legged on the bed, or your legs are down on the
just
floor.
down on the floor.
Right.
Fully clothed now, you've had the showers.
Might have a t-shirt on and my undies.
Okay.
I haven't put my socks on yet. I don't like socks. I'd put them on last.
Why don't you like socks?
They just cut off your freedom.
I don't know how socks can cut off anything.
It's all right if your feet are cold. They're nice to put on, but I don't know. My socks are never that well fitting, so I don't really enjoy
But why
wearing
don't you
them.
get socks that fit
You
you?
get
Because
the
I
right
never buy
size.
socks, do I?
They
I
should
let
be the
other
same
people-
size as your shoes.
Yeah,
little
I let
rule.
other people buy them for me, and they're never quite right.
But hold on though, this is a rule you've imposed on yourself.
I'm only telling you because you've asked. I didn't come in here moaning about it. I'm just
Socks
saying.
cut off your freedom. Never heard that before.
Okay. Mandela said it.
Well, yeah, never heard socks compared to the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, I think William Wallace said it as well. Right.
Yeah, imagine that in Braveheart. Just takes his socks off and goes,
Yeah.
freedom!
Yeah.
Anyway, then I'll say, right, on your way to work, take the bin bag out.
Right.
She'll do that, and then I get on with whatever I've got to do that day.
A little kiss on the cheek, on the
But why
forehead.
do you say...
Pat on the head.
Who pats who on the head?
I'll just sort of rub the back of her head. There you go, see you later.
Then what? You're there, you got your pants on, you got your t-shirt on,
Well,
you've
you
had
listen
your
to the
cornflakes.
news, you listen to what's being said on the radio, we'll have a little discussion about it. Sometimes she's in the mood for it, sometimes she'll go, don't worry about it.
Right, what would she say that to then? What would you worry about if you heard on the news?
I heard something about worms getting teeth,
Right.
and she was kind of going, you know, you're not meant to worry about this news story, this war's going on stuff, you never listen to them.
Do you remember the story of the worms with the teeth? Should we be alarmed ourselves? What was the information?
It was just saying how, it was all about nature versus nurture thing,
Right?
and saying how worms that are growing up in a family where there's loads of food around,
What do you mean growing up in a family?
just a family of worms in the soil,
Right.
they're going through the soil. If there's loads of food for everyone, and they don't have to fight for food,
Right.
they're quite happy, they don't have teeth. The ones, like the rougher worms, where there's not enough, it's like a massive family, the kids left, right and centre, but they haven't got the nutrients to feed them all, they fight against each other, and the ones, they're growing teeth now.
I didn't hear the news story, so I'm going out on a limb here. I don't think it was about a worm being maybe more working class than chavvy, though. With like big families, look at that, that big family can't even feed them all. And then you got middle class worms going, well, we've got enough food for everyone because we haven't overbred.
Do you know what people are like now? They've got researchers watching all sorts of stuff,
Right.
keeping their eye on everything, when you don't have to worry about it. A worm with teeth, if they've got teeth or not, to me it is not a problem. Not a problem at all. I normally save a worm if I see one
So,
in the rain, on a pavement. If I see it there, I go, someone's going to stand on that, and I chuck it and I sort of watch it for a bit, see which way it was going, give it an helping hand.
see which way it was going, like it had an aim.
Well,
See
they do.
which...
No, they do though, don't they? They're always going somewhere.
Yeah.
He was going to the dentist.
You can't tell, you don't know which end its head's on.
Okay, so it's 8:05. Suzanne's gone out, you've rubbed the back of her head, she's took the rubbish out. You're there, pants, t-shirt,
No socks.
no socks yet. What happens to the bowls of ex-cornflakes? Where do they go? Have you got...
I wash up.
You wash up, that's the next thing you do, is it? Right, okay.
Now then, do you plan ahead for the day? Do you think to yourself, Carl, make a list of stuff to do, or do you just let it go?
I let it happen. I
just let
don't
it happen.
like the worst thing for me is planning.
Yeah,
I told you before.
Yeah.
You don't get anything done by planning, is what you said.
I don't like the idea of waking up going, I've got to do that today, because that's when you don't look forward to doing the thing.
Yep.
Whereas I get up, I'm washing up, I'll look at a wall and I'll go, those tiles aren't very good, I'm going to rip them off. So,
Jesus Christ. This is amazing. This is amazing. I mean, forget Idiot Abroad. Forget the Ricky Gervais show. Let's just have 24/7 Carl Cam. Just, think how that would... He gets up, Suzanne leaves, we get him to, you know, he looks at a wall.
He starts tearing the tiles off. It looks like the behaviour of a psychopath, doesn't it?
Oh, so this is what worries me though. The fact that you're always doing DIY suggests that you didn't do a good job in the first place.
no,
Steve, am I wrong?
I never ever do the same thing twice.
No,
Once
we
it's
know.
done, it's done. I do it right. I take my time. I get it done
So
right.
this is other people's workmanship that you're undoing and doing
Definitely.
properly. Okay, right.
Now, the radio's in the bedroom, so you can't listen to the radio when you're doing your work.
I normally drag it through.
You drag it through. How big is it?
No, it's just a little clock radio thing.
So it's plugged in, it's,
plug it in,
yeah, okay.
Then,
So if it wasn't for meeting up with me and Steve and Suzanne being home between, I don't know, 6 o'clock at night and 8 the next morning, you wouldn't talk to anyone, would you?
Do you have any friends that you might talk to?
yeah, I talk to some people on the phone. But then I soon get bored with that.
Right.
About 5 minutes in, I realise I'm not listening anymore.
So what were you talking about that you got bored about?
I can't remember because I got bored with it.
Yeah.
And he was talking, and I kind of thought, I hope he doesn't say, what do you think of that in a minute, because I wasn't listening.
Right.
So what's the point of having the conversation?
I don't know.
But hold on, I call you up. It's presumably the first phone call you get. It's the first phone call I
Sometimes.
make. I call you up and I go, what's going on, boy? Right.
Yeah, but most of the time I don't tell you, because you'll go, right, what you doing DIY? Pay someone to do it. And we have to have all that, every day, the same chat. If I'm not doing DIY, I wouldn't be doing anything, and then I get grumpy. Suzanne comes home, she goes, what have you done today? And I go, nothing. And I get fed up then, because I don't feel like I'm worth anything.
I work harder for your career than you do. I'm always doing stuff to try and get you to do stuff. I'm always trying to get you shows and things, and I'm always trying to get you to get out there and do something towards it.
I don't want to do it. I've done it now.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
We did the programme, it goes out on the telly. Job done. If people want to watch it, they watch it. There's no point me cropping up on Loose Women, asking people to tune into my programme. They either want to watch it or they don't. If they're watching Loose Women, I don't want them watching my programme.
104.9 XFM, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington's pressing the buttons. We're playing some great moments from the last 3 weeks.
And some great records, Steve, from the last 2 weeks.
That's true enough.
Yeah.
We're not actually here today. What are you up to today, Rick?
It's 8 hours earlier, so, this is about 2 o'clock, probably. So, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm still in bed, mate. I'm asleep. In the hotel room.
Now, where are you?
We're in LA.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
City of Angels. Rick.
Yeah.
City of Angels.
Yeah, and so that's what we're doing. We're doing stuff like that. That's why we're not here. We're not here next week either. So next week is the best of this week. Someone's left one of those little things in here. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Amazing. What are they called, those things?
I imagine they're just there. I was thinking of being in the front row at a Morrissey concert and going, can I just play along? They are brilliant.
I don't know what kind of sound that is.
I don't know. It's only used for when Kenneth Williams
yeah, exactly.
sees someone undressing.
Yeah.
That's the only time that is used, that noise.
Exactly.
That is brilliant.
But it's like it was specially created for the Carry On films.
Yeah, we need, I don't know what it is, but we need something when I walk in and see someone changing. Well, what about this? There is a light that never goes out by the Smiths. I phoned Carl up in the week, yeah, and I said, what are you doing? He went, well, even though it's one of my days off, I'm just doing some research on the web. Found anything that said, yeah, I'm doing science. And then he said, you can get wigs for dogs in Tokyo. That's his scientific fact. And I went, what do you mean, dogs, if they need a wig? I said, if they need a wig, what, dogs going bald? And he went, like, this is fine to him, he went, it's a stressful city, Tokyo. The world's alright with Carl. He's always got an explanation. I've only ever seen him confused once. When, in Edinburgh, he looked out of his window one day and he saw a bloke putting a parking ticket on some rubbish.
Yeah.
And that genuinely confused him.
Yeah.
He couldn't work out, could you?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
And the woman breastfeeding her 8-year-old child, you didn't like, did you?
I don't like that. But, the what's the name? Animals with wigs. I kind of thought, after I put the phone down to you, I kind of thought about it, thought, yeah, it was a bit daft, that.
Are you sure he's not the ageing pop group?
No.
The Animals?
But when you think, have you ever seen, like, a bald pet?
No.
It's weird.
What do you mean?
Because my mum, we had a cat, we used to get through loads of cats because we lived in a...
Oh God, it started early today, innit?
What do you mean?
It's only 10 past 1.
What are you doing? Running a restaurant?
We lived on...
Oh God, what do you mean?
No, we lived on like a main road.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
we used to get through a lot of them. My dad kept
their
saying,
risk.
you know, stop wasting money, you know, it's not
Stop
good.
wasting money, not wasting cats.
Right, so, anyway, we had this cat that was ill all the time. And,
It's just bag of news, probably.
Yeah, malingerer. Yeah, I'm terrified.
I'm going to which house?
Wrong. Oh God, bloody hell. Wrong.
Don't let me go to the Pilkington.
and it, for some reason, it kept being sick all the time.
Yeah, that is news. That's definitely news.
So my mum kind of thought, oh, I've had enough of this, and she shaved it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Now, I know you're not vets in your family, but what correlation did your mum think there was between it being sick and shaving it?
Because it kept being sick, and it was a pain to wash, because it kept getting
So
caught
she
up.
wanted a dry wipe cat.
So,
Why didn't she just varnish it? What?
it's weird, though.
So now he's cold and sick.
No, but I mean, not all of it. She left sort of the back half, but sort of from its waist, sort of.
I love that! Shave it, because it's sick on itself!
And
That is
it was
yes.
the weirdest looking thing. I mean, normally I like cats. I'm always like giving yours a stroke on the head and that.
Yeah.
As soon as she did that, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
can't touch it. And then,
So now it's sick, cold, and hated.
Yeah.
I love... Carl.
It must have, I mean, the other cats must have been taking the mick out of it constantly. You're just making things worse. Did it get, I'm hoping that it got run over and was put out of its misery.
no, I think it got alright, that one. Or is that the... Yeah, it did get run over. It did.
Ah! Oh, God. Oh. Oh, dear.
How many cats do you say you've got through?
I'd say whilst I was living at home, I mean, it's still on the increase even though I'm not there. So, whilst I was there, probably 5.
God.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And were you upset each time, or you just got used to it?
It's one of them things, isn't it? Like I've said before, when you first see something, it's a bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Elephant Man or whatever.
Yeah.
First time you see him, it's that sort of, oh, look at that.
Do you remember the first time you saw Steve? No, I'm not being funny. Do you remember the first...
Yeah, but I've said this before, it's always, then you get used to how people look, and you don't... No.
I'm gonna burst. You have to play a record.
No, but-
Because I see Steve's face.
No, but I got used to it.
Well, here we are again, XFM, on a Saturday. Just gone 1 o'clock, Steve, if I'm very much mistaken. But we're not here, as such, we're away again, gallivanting around. We've got to do the special, sort of best of again.
Okay.
Which we did a few weeks ago, so this is the best of the last 3 weeks. Which I think is, I think it's the best 3 weeks we've ever had. But I'd like it condensed into 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Some great music as well in there?
Yeah, there'll be some great music, interspersed with fine chat that you've already heard.
Yeah.
Except this bit's new. We've actually, out of the kindness of our heart, we've come in last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've done a few clips, just because we felt a bit guilty about shooting off.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
leaving.
even now, having heard this link, I'm beginning to wonder if it was worth our time.
Yeah. Well, should we play a classic link?
Let's play, what, from the last 3 weeks?
After this is Feeder. Well, if you've just tuned in, it's XFM 104.9, you've got that bit right. Ricky Gervais Show, with me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
Carl is actually in a little booth. We're not in the studio, you see, this is pre-recorded, we recorded this last week, because we're away. And it's sort of like the best of the last 3 weeks, since last time we were away when we put out the best of.
It's a long time since we've had any White Van Carl. For those that don't remember this particular hot feature, we basically ask Carl some of the questions that are asked of a white van driver in the Sun. They always have this on Saturday afternoons. Anyway, here's the first one. They're not fascinating, Carl, but I'm just interested on your take, really.
Yeah.
What do you make of Cilla Black quitting Blind Date after her husband sent a message from beyond the grave? You familiar with this story?
I didn't know that. What's that?
She went to see a medium, and supposedly her husband passed on information through the medium, which was incredibly vague, but persuaded her to quit live on air.
Well, so that is about time, isn't it? If even dead people are saying... enough's enough. But I'll tell you what though, talking about ghosts and that, do you know how I'm into them?
Yeah.
Right? How weird do you think this is, right?
Well, it's not true. Before you say it, play a record.
No, go on.
Go on.
Right, it's this woman, I don't even know if it's ghost really, it's just a bit weird. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
There's this woman,
Yeah.
and she's not a woman, she's a kid.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
She's walking down like a street in her area, it's a nice day and everything's normal. She's walking down, and a woman comes up, cycling past, right? The woman on the bike looks at the kid, absolutely terrified, right? Got a really scary face on her.
Yeah.
The kid's thinking, why is she doing that, right? So anyway, she thinks nothing of it, goes, I think she was playing in the park or whatever, goes and has a nice day. About 15 years later...
Oh, right, yeah.
She's, I don't know, I think she was going to work, right, on a bike.
She was riding her own bike.
Riding her own bike, cycling down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Looks at the kid. That's the thing that happened, like, 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
It's her on the bike looking at her as a kid.
Right.
What do you
Not another child.
No. So it's her, she's seen herself.
Carl, I mean, I don't know where to start.
Firstly, where's this information come from?
But I mean, why do you ever I mean, I don't know what part of that you think can be true. I'm honest, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. What are you talking about?
Bit weird, though, isn't it?
But it's not
It
true.
didn't happen. Nothing happened like that.
She said it did.
Well,
Who?
then she's wrong.
She said she saw herself.
She saw herself as a kid, didn't she?
Did she carry on riding
And as an
cars?
adult when she was a kid.
Did she stop and talk to herself, or did she ride on by and think, that's a bit weird, there's me as an 8-year-old. I won't stop, I'll be late for work.
Yeah, if I'm late again, the boss said he'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
And where is this information? Did it happen to someone you know?
No,
You overheard it on the bus?
no, it was in the 14 Times.
Ah, right, well,
Ah,
that's
okay.
the answer.
Good,
We've
okay.
got to the bottom of that.
Right, good.